Hey, and welcome to another edition of What's Next with Joey McGuire. He's Joey McGuire. I'm Robert Giovanetti. Coach, spring break. Happy spring break.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. We're fixed to get to watch a bunch of basketball.
Yeah.
I'm going to head to Tampa to watch the guys.
That's awesome.
Round one and round two, and fired up. And then got to see Krista and her Lady Raiders get ready to go to Louisiana. So that was really cool. What an event.
I thought it was cool. Sunday night was a great event with Lady Raiders. You and Debbie were there, and KP was there. You had good turnout. And Debbie and I were talking after because you guys are such good friends with Kim Mulkey. And so I said to Debbie, I said, hey, all right, if Lady Raiders beat Villanova and play LSU in round two, who you guys rooting for? She's like, come on.
Yeah, you cut us, we're bleeding red and black.
Right.
Now, Kim Mulkey's one of my favorites, and she really welcomed me. We had a relationship from before I got to Baylor because I knocked her son out of the playoffs. He was the quarterback at Midway, and we really got after him in round four. So I'd met her then and a big fan, but, man, I'm rooting for the Lady Raiders all the way. And, man, I think that's going to be the matchup. I think Chris is going to have them ready to go. I know the tournament didn't go the way they wanted it to as far as the Big 12, so I imagine they're going to have a little fire in them to play Villanova.
Great time at Texas Tech. You guys win the Big 12, go to the CFP. Tom Stone has another great year in soccer. Both basketball teams playing postseason. Softball ranked number 2 in the country. Baseball is off to a 2-1 start in conference play. Coach Kitley were disappointed when they finished top 15 nationally.
Yeah, I mean, they win the Big 12 again, indoor, and then he finished top 15. And
what's wrong?
What's
eighth, I think 8th in the women. Yeah. It's a great time, right?
It is, man. It is a great time to be a Red Raider. I think, it says a lot about our leadership. It says a lot about our president and our board of regents. They're so aligned. It says we've got the best AD as, our boss is the best in the country to work for. And our fans, our alumni, are backing us. I mean, we have such a great plan when it comes to the world we live in today, whether it's NIL or revenue share. And Red Raiders are benefiting from it. Our
boss, Kirby Hocutt, just nominated for Sports Business Journal Athletic Director of the Year, so he's a finalist for that.
He should win it. I'll be shocked if he doesn't. One, because he's a rock star, but, usually whenever that stuff happens, you have a year like this. So, I really feel softball, our basketball team's going to finish this thing off and have a great run. Softball and baseball are, like you said, off to a great start. And then we do have outdoor track, and I know Kitley's going to be ready for that. So there's a lot of great things. I know men and women's tennis, man, they've got their thing going, and golf.
Both golf.
Yeah, usually, I mean, it is. It's a great. It's a great time to be a Red Raider.
Coach Kitley's like doing this right, making some room on the counters for a couple more trophies.
No doubt.
This spring. All right, so we're here in the weight room, which we don't typically do this show in there because social media can be an evil giant. And so we have a little publicity this week that here in the dumbbell section, they start at 40 pounds.
They do.
And all of a sudden, it's kind of like when something happens politically, everyone becomes an expert in the Constitution or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a lot of experts on weights and weightlifting.
Well, and there's some guys on there, people on there that are portraying themselves as experts, and they're not. They're nowhere close. They just happen to maybe have played sports at some point. And then there are some people on there that know what they're talking about. The problem is when they say they know what they're talking about, they are talking about different ways they're going to lift, but they don't know how we lift. They don't know how we train. We do have the best strength staff in the country, and whenever I do any kind of dumbbell press, my 50-year-old self does start at 40s as my warm-up as a dumbbell press. The different things that people are talking about, we have dumbbells less than that. If we're going to use that to train that way, there's a lot of different things in the best facility in the country, having the best weight room in the country, that we train in different ways. And so it's just like everything else. All of a sudden, people hear something and run with it.
Right.
And like, oh man, they should be doing this, this, and this. You know, I probably can criticize every single person on that response of they should be doing a lot of stuff in their life, but I don't know what's going on in their life. I don't know exactly what they do on a daily basis. So I'm going to worry about the Red Raiders and what we do, not necessarily what these so-called people that think they know what they're talking about. My big one's like ex-athletes. Like, come on, man. Like you actually think that a program like this is putting a player in any kind of risk the way we're training them? That might have been where they were at. Maybe they have some bad memories of where they at, or maybe they didn't get to where they want to be, but that's not happening here. So I think it's great that we're in here in the weight room, and you got a 15-pound, and man, you're stronger than me. I mean, I got a 10-pound dumbbell over here. Man, it looks just like that 40-pound dumbbell over there.
Dowdy set these up for us.
Yeah.
And normally I sit on that side, and you sit on this side. So he put the 10-pounder over there.
Well, he doubted you.
He did doubt me. He didn't think I could lift
just like all those other critics doubted us about our dumbbell game.
Don't doubt us. We can. No. Yeah, we've got this. We know. I think I could even go over there and pick up a 40-pounder.
Yeah, you could.
And so, anyway, what's great is this is the greatest weight room in the country. So put a little attention on it.
And what's great about this place is the way we can train. We're actually adding some new technology in the weight room, in our racks for different things, and the way we train and the velocity that we're trying to train at, some with the way we squat and different things like that. The other great thing about this place is just the area and different parts of this. You know, you do have the dumbbells over here to we're doing different things, but you have different parts of this weight room that, you know, you're going to train full body and you're training at a really high level. And I'm proud of the way we're training, man. This team has really had a great winter strength and conditioning. We're probably as strong as we've been. Really proud of our freshmen. You know, the functional strength that they have is probably the highest that we've had as a freshman class. I mean, we had a couple freshman offensive linemen that close gripped 350 and 355 last week going into spring break, and you know that's a good amount of weight for a kid that's supposed to be in high school. He's they're mid-year freshmen. You know, Felix and Bryce Gilmore did that, and so really proud of those guys. JJ probably would have been the strongest out of all of them, JJ Mays, but he's got a strained triceps, so we didn't max him in some of the testing and everything we did, but he's another one that's really strong.
Speaking of that, obviously you're a Texas high school coach at heart, and we've got great programs throughout the state. But when they come in here, is it sometimes eye-opening to them about, wow, this is big boy football now?
Yeah, they, just the size of this weight room is so impressive, and the different video boards and everything like that, and the messaging. They came in and we had some basketball on the other day, but there's a lot of messaging that goes on to this screen behind where they're scheduling everything. But yeah, it's so impressive. And there's, like you have this, but then you also have a cardio deck, that our guys use and our coaches use. And so this weight room is, really complete and functions at a really high level to train these elite athletes at a really high level.
Yeah, sometimes you'll see some celebrities up there on that cardio deck, like overlooking.
Yeah, you might see a Kirby Holcutt up there. You definitely see Josh Cochran. Yeah, no doubt.
Sammy Morris?
Sammy Morris would be up there.
Yeah, you see quite a few. I hate to give the haters any more attention, but a word I kept seeing in all the responses was, it's so performative.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Man,
I'm not even sure what that means.
I don't either. Here's what I would say. If they knew what they were talking about when it comes to what's in this weight room, it might be one thing, but they don't. So at the end of the day, they were talking about Texas Tech.
I would love that.
And I loved I saw one comment from our Red Raiders. They're like, if it was anybody else, and that, I know some of the people are going to say, no, if it was anybody, they'd be commenting like this. Man, there's something that's going on right now around the country that, we have become the agent of chaos in college athletics. We've become, you know, maybe the villain. And you know what? I learned it last summer from, you know, our guys that were on the triple option. You know, and Coach McGuire said, he goes, man, embrace the villain. You know, embrace it if that's what everybody wants. Because really, at the end of the day, let's be honest, it's us against everybody. It's the Red Raiders, and that's what the Red Raiders are all about. Yeah. We love that. And so there were a lot of clicks and a lot of things on social media, and it said Texas Tech.
Heck yeah, man.
And so the way I look at it, it's a good thing.
Plenty of room on the bandwagon, too.
No doubt.
If you want to jump on. We love T-shirt fans and bandwagon fans. J.J. Watt was a guy. We need to get J.J. out here.
Yeah, it'd be awesome, man. J.J.'s, I love J.J. I mean, his career was absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
I think
he's a stud.
He's got a great story. Somewhere along the lines of, at the end of it, maybe Jacob Rodriguez has a story like that. I mean, Jacob has a long way to go to compare him to JJ, because JJ had such a great career. You know, but JJ come about in the weight room, and you know, if he wants to come out and get a workout in, I'll spot him. You know, I mean, because I know he'll probably want to get a good warm up and then go heavy. And we've got a lot of weights in here that are some heavy weights. It's great to lift heavy as a football player and build that armor on your body to be able to handle the game that we play. And so, man, I'd love for him to come out. You know, we got an opening in 27, 28, 28, 29 for a home and home. And JJ's a big Wisconsin Badger, so, man, that we could even make a trophy of JJ in a 40-pound weight if we could get that game played.
JJ didn't seem as hostile as some others. He was more.
No, he was more because I know him and Adam are friends, and he's going to comment. And, you know, I just think people have got to be, I guess they can be ever how they want to be, but people that have platforms and a number of followers, I mean, I definitely think before, it's one of those deals I learned a long time ago, and I've been on social media for a long time as far as Twitter and X now, because I wanted to promote, even whenever I was at Cedar Hill, you know, I always like, before I sent this out, you know, like, think about whenever I'm sending this out. Because I think sometimes people in those, like for me and you and J.J. Watts, we do have a responsibility that whenever we put stuff out on social media, that we understand exactly what we're talking about before we put it out. But the critical people out there, they're going to post whatever they want anyway. You know, it's just white noise to me whenever like that. But, you know, people like a J.J. Watts or somebody like that, you know, before you're critical, man, really kind of, I think it's really important because he's been through that. He understands criticism and different people saying different things.
Yeah, all those people need to follow us on social too.
They need to follow us on social. This is a great podcast.
I love this podcast. We do this often. So
yeah, they ought to just jump on the bandwagon.
This isn't just the only one. I mean, we do a lot of this, so you can you can keep following along. Hey, Pro Day next week.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to on that?
Man, I'm fired up. Number one, and we're going to have it. We're going to have every team in the country here in the NFL. We're going to have some head coaches. Sorry. Struggling. You know, we're going to have some head coaches here, and I think our guys are going to put on a show. I know, you know, the guys that were at the Combine trained at a really high level, but, man, you know, I can't wait to see Charles Esters. I can't wait to see Terrell Tillman. I can't wait to see Carter, just other guys that are, you know, are ready to go. And then, you know, our guys that were at the Combine, Cole Wisniewski, our guys at the Combine, they're going to back and do the testing that they need to do that maybe they didn't do as well at the Combine.
Is that something, too, that shows how the talent level has exploded here, too, that you're going to have so many, you know, coaches and others that are here that might not typically come?
Yeah, without a doubt. We have a very talented team, and you're going to see through the draft how talented, but you're going to see how many people are going to be here, and it's just going to continue to build that way. I mean, I know that we're going to have everybody gunning for us and circling for us. So, you know, whatever I say is whatever I usually say anyway. But if you ask NFL scouts, they're going to tell you that we have more guys that should be drafted next year than when we're about to get drafted. And so we'll see. I mean, we got to put the work in, and we got to, play at a really high level, but that just shows you the talent level we have at Tech.
J-Rod's a guy that really has, his season obviously sprung him forward, but postseason has really done a lot for him as well.
Yeah, Jacob really had a good combine, and there's a lot of teams that really like him. The Cowboys are one of them. He tested really well, and he interviewed really well. I'm excited to see where he's going to go in the draft.
All right, well, that'll be next week. Were you a big spring break guy in college?
I skied all the time. I went snow skiing. Funny story, my mom, I didn't know this till after college, really. My mom would always find places for me to go snow skiing because she said it would keep me out of trouble. Just because you go snow skiing, you can still get into trouble, but you're really tired after the day.
Yes.
So I never went to like Panama City or South Padre or anything like that because I always went snow skiing.
Even in college,
because my mom would always be pushing me. Hey, I'll pay for this, or And so she kept me out of a little bit of trouble.
Do you still ski? Are you still skiing?
I haven't skied in the last few years, but I love skiing. I mean, we haven't had any time yet. But I love snow skiing. Crescent Butte's one of my favorite places in Colorado. That's where I learned whenever I was little. Breckenridge is another really good place. I've skied, mostly Colorado and a lot of those mountains.
And, we don't want to say too much, but you did get back from a bachelor's trip for your son.
Yeah.
Garrett's getting married coming up here, right?
July 11th. Okay. So, yeah, 7-11. He used to coach receivers, so he'd say he was always open.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And so you guys had a good time, and as soon as you got back, though, you headed over to the.
I did, man. I landed and drove straight here to give Krista a big hug and tell her congratulations.
All right, and we love the new Raider Red there.
Yeah, I've got the football high and tight. Good ball security.
Be watching for those as we come up. All right, so we love to show off the weight room. So any of you media types who want to come out here, get with Dowdy, right?
Get with Dowdy, and we'll figure out when you can get a lift in.
We'll set up the lifts. You'll spot anybody that's over a certain amount, right? You're not going to spot just some.
No, but I know JJ's pretty strong, so he's going to need a spot.
He's definitely going to need a spot. All right, that's been What's Next for Joey McGuire. I'm Robert Giovanetti. Wreck 'em.